Hi, you guys. How you doing? I know you can barely see me. I'm sitting out on a deck right now, and I'm house sitting. Um, I think the TV is still on in there. I'm not positive, but I should have got up and checked first, but I didn't. Sorry. I threw my back out, so I'm not going to move any more than I have to right now. Um, my doctors gave me something that I really don't like to take. But when the pain is this bad, I take a half of one, and then I hear the same thing. It's like, we can't help you unless you take the dosage that's, the doctor ordered for you. But I'll take like a half and then see how I feel in maybe an hour, and then I'll take the other half. I don't like taking medication. Ugh. But it's a muscle relaxer, and I'm serious, like I can hardly move. And if I have to use the bathroom, I'm telling you what, the tinkle, when it comes time for it to happen, I have to take 2 flights of stairs. That's going to be groovy. I'm 4 stories up, so at least I don't have to go 4 stories down just to pee. But anyway, I really enjoyed the bejeebers out of Miss Vicky's video today with the whole lip gloss and lip stain thing. And you know what? I had no idea. I learned something new. First of all, about products that are out there for those of us who like lipstick and lip stains. Um, I've never heard of the brands that she mentioned before. I think I'm going to start with the Maybelline, but Um, I did not know until I heard from Vicky in her video that one of the lip stains, correct me if I'm wrong, if I heard her right, because I have a little problem with the hearing thing. Um, I believe one of the lip stains you have to peel off. Ah! Are you serious? Are you serious? Oh my god. Wow. Um, I don't want anything that I have to peel off. My luck, my lips will go right along with it. That would not be cool. Yeah, I don't want anything that's no. I mean, I'm the female version of Gilligan as it is. And hold on a second, sorry. I had to figure out what Apollo is looking at. He's watching Toto. Toto is nesting on my fresh bedding on the little guest bed here. And yes, so that's what you were watching. Thank you very much. Nobody can see you. So many times we're just in the dark. Okay, well, anyway. So, yeah, a lip stain that you actually would have to peel off your lips. Yeah, I don't like that idea either. No, thank you. Um, I honestly think that Miss Vicky has me sold on the kind that she likes. For real. I don't want anything to do with anything I have to peel off. um, but yeah, a good lip stain. I do like lipstick, even during times when I'm not wearing any other, makeup at all, which I'm wearing less and less of these days. Most of the time, not always, because it's just been too hot. Um, and I've been busier, and it's like when I scrub my face off, it just feels so good to just leave it like that. I mean, it just feels really good, especially when I do my exfoliating and my deep cleaning on my face after I scrub it off with my soap and water. For those of you who remember, I use what the ladies in the wolf side of my family always used was apple cider vinegar on your face. And it is such, I'm telling you, try it. Apple cider vinegar on like cotton balls or even a little tissue paper. like a Kleenex or a little piece of toilet paper, doesn't matter. But apple cider vinegar, you'll feel the little stingies just a little bit, but like in a fresh way. I love it. And you might get a little bit, red from it, or you may not, just very temporarily. It goes away really fast. But when you wash your face with regular soap and water, rinse it off really good, you think your face is clean, wait until you use the apple cider vinegar on your face. Be careful around your eyes, but it's a really old trick. And I say trick because it does exfoliate, not just deep clean. When you look at your cotton ball or your tissue after you've done your face with the apple cider vinegar, you will notice what the soap and what your washcloth did not remove from out of your pores. And I swear, the more I use it, I even start to see like fewer wrinkles. And because a lot of times, like, I don't wear foundation anymore. That's something I gave up. I do not wear foundation, with the rare exception of if I have one of those little, what do you call it? It looks like a crayon. And like when I had so many, I'm still covered in bites, mosquito bites, tick bites. I still have this tick bite on my neck. You probably have noticed it. That's where one of the wood ticks were, and I'm not sure if I got the head out. It's like, but I will like use that crayon concealer cover up stuff, whatever the hell it is, and just put a little dot on it and try and like conceal the bites. I've got spider bites, tick bites, and mosquito bites, and they're riddled on me. Oh my god. They're finally going. Most of them have gone away and healed up, but I had a spider bite me in the back of the neck last night when I was cleaning and went through the web, and then it was nasty. I'm really allergic to spider bites, and so now I've got a really bad bite underneath all this thick hair. I don't know, it got in there and it nailed me good. But anyway, if I need to or want to conceal, some of my mosquito bites or tick bites, I might just dab with the concealer crayon a little bit. That's it. I don't put cover up on my face at all anymore. Actually, I stopped doing that. Wow. At least 2 years ago. I don't use any of it anymore. And I had kind of, when there's a deal, I like to stock up on things. And when I had some extra Cover Up and CoverGirl, and I forget, there was different brands that I had, and brand new ones never opened. I gave them all away because I don't want it on my face. Again, my face feels so good and fresh without putting anything on it. I just like keeping it really clean. If I'm going to put anything on to moisturize at all, it's usually a little castor oil. I love putting castor oil on where my skin gets really dry. And just a little dab will do you. And circle it in and on my neck. I use it in my hair too. Again, I could be mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I believe, I know I've talked about this before, but I think Bunny from Bunny Plays Here, I think she uses oil as well, the castor oil. So I'm pretty sure it's castor oil. I'll have to go back and look. I think so. But anyway, my lips. A little story behind my lips, my kissers. When I was 4, that is the first time I had chicken pox. A lot of people say you can only get them once. No. Actually, I know a number of people besides myself who did in fact get chicken pox more than once. And so I had chicken pox really super bad when I was 4. And I had them again when I was 17. I was taking care of, the guy was to marry years after that. I took care of him and his brother when they had chicken pox, and that's when I ended up getting them the second time. And since then, I've had shingles 4 times. Imagine that. But, anywho's, getting back to the lips. When I was 4 years old and I had chicken pox so bad, my lips were also so bad that they basically peeled off. It was horrific. I mean, they were so scabbed up. There are pictures that I remember sharing on YouTube, and I don't remember if it was my old YouTube, the first one that got hacked, or if it was this YouTube. But I'm thinking it was probably the old one. Might still be out there floating around in cyberspace somewhere. But I know the old photographs are still around. And oh my gosh, it left scars on me like everywhere. So bad. Again, I was only 4 years old, but even my lips, wow. And so to this day, I have very discolored lips. And it's never bothered me like a vein type of a thing, but it bothers me in a way that it's like, let me see if I can even that out a little bit. And my mother, my biological mother, who I don't usually refer to as my mother, she used to make fun of me. Not a very nice lady. Okay. Very long story short, I am writing about it. She always told me not to wear makeup and not, especially do not wear lipstick because it drew attention to my ugly teeth and my big fat bottom lip. I'm quoting her. And she used to tell me that even when I was a little girl, for anyone around my age, like ancient, do you remember the plastic lips that you could open up and it had the 2 little just glosses, just little light pink lip glosses in there? They're plastic lips, a little case. And then with 2, like a light pink and then a slightly darker pink, which was still a really light pink, but they're really pretty. It was just a gloss. But I was not allowed to even put that on, even as a little girl. And I mean, she would humiliate me and carry on about it. About it, my ugly teeth, and it's just going to accentuate my ugly teeth and that big fat bottom lip of mine. Okay. So I wanted to take a little sip of my tea that I've got going here. So anywho, I always liked lipstick. I used to try my grandma's lipstick on, and my grandma used to try to undo everything that my biological mother was doing to me, bless her soul. But my mother-in-law, Mama Susie, she's the one who really convinced me and started to make me feel really good about wearing lipstick. And talk about unwinding so much damage that my biological mother did to me. Oh, trust me, it was worse than the lips, okay? I'm bad. But anyway, Mama Susie really brought me into the whole lipstick scene. And her and I used to, when we go shopping together, lipstick and nail polish were like our 2 major things that we could just spend a long time on. We had to try every color and I still have a bunch of her lipsticks that she gave me, and in a little Ziploc baggie that I just once in a while I wear some of her lipstick, and but I keep it with her stuff. I miss her. Alrighty, sorry about that. Anyway, it's been an emotional day. So, yeah, even if I have no other makeup going on at all, every once in a while, I do really love to wear the lipstick. And lip stain in my situation, especially when I'm working around and just You know how it is if you're wearing lipstick and you take a sip of coffee, or if you're eating, but especially if you take a sip of your coffee, or even, like I, I like coffee. I love coffee, but I'm mostly drinking water. Every once in a while, toss in a lemonade or maybe my 7 Up. Doesn't matter. When you drink something, you get that extra layer of lipstick down here. I'm sorry, but it's funny. I've even been on camera and I've done films, I've done videos, not realizing I had that extra, take a drink, I'm thirsty, all of a sudden there's that extra line from the lipstick down there from your mouth going, "Nee." And if you're wearing a lip stain, um, it doesn't generally do that. But I want to find a lip stain that Miss Vicky's really up on all this stuff on with the makeup, and I really love listening to all of that. And I don't get to her channel enough. I've got to get over there. I don't get to anybody's channel enough. Um, but she tries a lot. I would love for her to give me a makeover. I wish we lived closer. I'm sure she's glad I'm way the hell up north, but because I'm too obnoxious. But I would love for Miss Vicky to give me a makeover and like see if she can actually put together like a person under this feralness that I've got going on. But anyway, um yeah, lip stain, but not the kind you'd have to peel off. No, 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 no. I'm not really into glossy lips. I like a matte finish. But yeah, not that I need to peel off. Here comes the allergies. I was in by kitty cats. Oh my gosh, and yes, I'm wiping my nose. Um, Anywho's, I was in, you want to hear something really funny and totally insane? Um, and I belong to different groups, and one of the groups I was in, we were having a great support talk, right? And every once in a while, to lighten the mood, administration, or someone will throw in these little questionnaires, and I don't usually answer or respond to questionnaires. I just gotta think about that. But some of them, if they're just really like silly, plain old stuff, nothing too personal, I'll just go ahead and answer and roll with it. Why not? Get my brain in a different place for a while. And they got to talking about eye color, different stuff about eye color. And when I was asked, well, Raven, what color really are your eyes anyway? Because sometimes they seem different. It's hard to tell on your videos. Oh, great. No, I think it's psychological. I think I still have cat hair on my nose. Um, I'm highly allergic to kitties. Anyway, I said, well, my eyes, here's my big mistake apparently tonight. My eyes change color. I know that's not unheard of, and I know that it happens. My eyes are usually gray, but oftentimes they're very blue. They're not as blue as my grandma's eyes were, but they're usually blue or gray. And I remember back in high school, depending on what lighting I'm in, I had some of my classmates swear that they could watch my eyes turn from gray to like a greenish color and then like black to blue and gray again. Well, they would say that, and it's true because my family would tell me that. And sometimes my eyes turn black. Okay, well now that's where the excitement came into the group. Okay, it wasn't good excitement. Often my eyes will go from that the green doesn't usually show up too much. It'll be blue or mostly gray, and then my eyes will turn black and then go back to gray before they go back to blue if they go back to blue. Making sense? Well, I had people in that support group all of a sudden, not everyone obviously, but there were a few that popped out of the woodwork to insist that I am a demon. I kid you not. They weren't trying to be funny. Like at first I thought they were. I didn't take them serious. And they were very serious, quite serious. That they're hell bent on believing that anyone whose eyes could turn black must be a demon. Are you freaking kidding me, people? There are different reasons why and how people's eye color can change. Okay. Um, it does happen, and it doesn't mean that that we're demons. But all it took was for one person to mention it, and the next thing you know, out popped another person, out popped another few people. This is a big group. And all of the sudden, there were like Bible verses coming out. I kid you not. This got like crazy stupid. And everyone is absolutely assuming now that I am a demon. And okay, I even shared my chili recipe with them. I should have never told them about my chili recipe. They probably think I'm afraid to even imagine what they think. Well, I'm here to tell you that I am not a demon. My eyes do change color. And if you have a problem with that, that's a you thing, a you problem, not a me problem, because I can't help it. I am absolutely in a lot of pain when I'm in the sun, which is something that most people in that group also know about, and that started being brought up. Oh, and she's allergic to the sun. She's really super sensitive to the sun. That's another sign. I am telling you, these people were starting to like pick me apart and add to building up this whole thing that I'm a demon. Okay, because my eyes change color and because they sometimes turn black. And as soon as they remembered how sensitive I am to sunlight and how well I see in the dark. Hi, I love you. Yes. Oh, she's a wet nose. Mommy loves you, Apollo. And anyway, I can see very well. Like, I go for my walks in the dark in the woods without a flashlight. If I need the flashlight for something, I'll put it on, but otherwise I try not to. I don't want to disturb the forest, and I can see just fine. Other people are, when I've had groups out hiking, they need their flashlights. They're like, Raven, where are you? How the fuck can you see? I don't know how I can see, but I can. But put me in sunlight, and I'm in incredible pain. Yeah, I get migraines from it. My eyes burn. It's a burning pain. It's horrible. And even I've been losing more of my eyesight. Like I can't be in the direct sun and then like go to the eye doctor for an eye exam. Screw that. It ain't gonna work. The eye exam won't even be accurate. Can't handle it. When I used to wear sunglasses more often, even in my videos, that was a problem. Why are you wearing your sunglasses? Oh, you think you're cool because you gotta wear your sunglasses. No, the bright lights are hurting me. Even when I used to work in offices where they were very brightly lit, I had to wear sunglasses. And one of my best friends who I used to work with in the offices for years, Jill, she had light sensitivity also. So we would be working in there with our sunglasses on. We had to. those bright computer screens all day. It was crazy. When I used to build websites for people, I'd be sitting there in my own office back in the day when I was in one of my houses, and I had to wear the sunglasses. I even used to have to buy a screen, I forget what they called them, but it was it was a tinted screen, computer screen. So the computer wasn't so bright in my eyes. I would get literally sick, and the pain was just too much. Really messed me up. So it's like, there again, it's like, well, why are you wearing sunglasses? I'm in pain, okay? I need to protect my eyes from the bright lights and from the sun. You can understand or you don't have to. Seriously. And, well, why are you walking around in the dark? Why are you filming yourself in the dark? We can't see you. This is me. Get me as I am. Sorry. I went from talking about lip stain and having chicken pox and uneven coloring in my natural lips, just a little, but the whole story of that to my eyes and being called a demon tonight. And I really absolutely honestly have people in that group believing I'm a demon. Have people lost their minds completely